Spirit always brings me back to the truth that our job here is to be first and foremost. Our worthiness is inherent because we were created to be. You know, that was the purpose of us. God is, therefore we are. You know, we are part of the I am. What are you? You are being. You know, I'm saying this because your being is not contingent on your doing. You know what I'm saying? We all have jobs, we all have a purpose, we all have a reason for being here. But the first and foremost reason is to just be. You know, we were created to be. We were created because we are loved, right? So we were created out of love, out of God's love. That's what we were created for, as. So it's like, I'm not saying to not do, but I'm saying as we do, right? Know that our worthiness is already established, right? Know that our worthiness is inherent. What you do doesn't make you more or less worthy of value. What you do, and this is in any and everything, doesn't make you more or less worthy of being. What you do is a separate thing. It's not connected to your value. You know what I'm saying? And it's probably connected to your value within that job, whatever you do. But what I'm saying is that your worthiness of joy, of existence, of love, you know, to love and to be loved is not contingent on what you do. You know what I'm saying? You can't make yourself more or less valuable by what you do. You know what I'm saying? In that sense, in what you're worthy of. So when we come to a space, to a crossroads or whatever, of trying to figure out what to do, don't connect it to your worth. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not what it is. Those are two separate things. You're already worthy enough. You're already worth it. You know what I'm saying? You're already valuable. So you're not adding or taking away from your worth in determining what you do. You know what I'm saying? What you're doing is following your heart. What you're doing is following your intuition. What you're doing is following where you're being led, you know? And you're going to know that because you feel it. You know what I'm saying? But if you make it about being worthy or being seen or being acknowledged by you or the outside world in some sort of way, like I say you because a lot of times we base how we feel about ourselves on how we're doing in life or what we're doing in life. But if you disconnect these things because they're not connected. You know, which you're here to experience. You're here to learn or whatever, but you're here to experience and just be, right? So look at it as as lighter than everything. You know what I'm saying? Look at what you're doing as a lighter assignment than it being connected to your worth. You know, being valuable or not valued in a particular field. This is also true for a particular role that you play as a human being, whether you're a mother, father, sister, brother. All these things are still your job. It's still your role. It's still your doing and not part of your being, you know? Well, your doing is a part of your being, but it's not the same thing as simply existing. And what I'm trying to get to is that the basis of your existence is enough, right? So you have the ability to play. You have the ability to be lighter. You have the ability to enjoy the journey and be open to the changes that come with it, you know? And when we understand the foundation of that value, we're open to that change. We're open to change, period. We're open to our life becoming a journey and not wanting to control so much because you're established. In the understanding that you were created for a purpose, in the understanding that simply because you were created, you are being taken care of, no matter what your life happens to look like. No matter what you or the outside world would deem good or bad, successful or not successful, or what the outside world would deem successful. It should not sway your understanding of yourself, you know, whether you feel more or less worthy. It should not sway that. Because when you get back to the center, when you get back to balance, when you get back to remembering who you are at an eternal level, you realize again, right? You realize again that you are enough, you know, that you're more than enough, that in fact you were made in the highest energy of love, you know what I'm saying, from the creator, you know what I'm saying? Your existence, you exist here for a reason, and your being is the reason first and foremost. Your doing is secondary to that, but your particular energy is required, you know, and that's why you were made. That's why you were created by God, right? That's why you broke off from source energy. Not broke off, but that's why you became an individual from source energy, right? You are a ray of God's light, you know what I'm saying? You're a ray of energy of the all, you know. And God created you because that particular quality of being, your particular slant of existence is needed, you know? That's why you exist. And forever, you exist forever. When you keep yourself and everyone else on that pedestal of truth, you know what I'm saying? Then you can't go wrong with, when you choose, you can pull yourself out of the lies that you have to earn your worth, you know? You pull yourself out of the lies that you're less than, or you can't, or you know, all these negative things you believe about yourself. Because you're worthy. Because you're loved and you're loved, you know? And that's the truth forever.